They just don't make theaters like this anymore. It's 90 years old, and you can even see original seats with hat racks from a time when men used to wear their hats to the show. Now the community is coming together to save it. When the curtains first opened at the Levitt, it was 1923. Silent movies were playing. Heroes of World War II sat in its seats to remember what home was like, and teenagers stole their first kiss.
Every person who was a teenager in Ogunquit has watched a movie in the balcony of the Levitt Theater. It's a rite of passage, you know.
Laura Brogan used to work behind the counter at the Levitt in the 1990s. She says the smell of popcorn wafts into the streets of town and calls her in.
There's a feeling when you're in here that, like I said, it can't be generated in your living room at home, even if you're watching the same film.
Here's Shutter Island. This is a CinemaScope preview. And
Peter Clayton bought the theater in 1966.
I can walk through this building in the dark and know where every step is, and and I've worked on almost every corner of it.
He married wife Maureen the following year, and they brought their first son home to the apartment upstairs. Now Peter's faced with closing the doors because Hollywood will no longer make movies on film, which means he needs to buy a $60,000 projector to keep running.
I knew I could not afford to buy a digital projector, and it just made no sense financially for me because of the way movie business is. It was Maureen's sisters who came up with an idea that has worked for other theaters across the country, an online fundraising campaign through the website Kickstarter. At first, the Claytons didn't like the idea of asking for money.
We just had to do it. We just had to get people to donate, and we had to make this happen, because if we didn't make this happen, it would go out of business.
People are opening up their hearts and saying, you know what, we love this old theater, we want to see that it stays in Ogunquit.
These are the ones that are going all around town.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah?
Very nice.
People like town manager Tom Fortier are spreading the word.
This Levitt Theater has been here 90 years, and it truly is a piece of Americana, so it's really a big piece of Ogunquit.
Soon, it will be Ian Clayton's turn to run the theater, and he's embracing the future, knowing if he doesn't, the curtain may close on his family's legacy.
As much of a kind of burden as it is to switch, it is going to afford us new opportunities, and just the whole digital age itself is what's allowed us to do this Kickstarter, what's allowed us to get, you know, wider kind of visibility, and I think it's a lot of new opportunities. The theater has raised almost 70% of its goal, but they only have 15 days left to go. If you'd like more information, go to WMTW.com. In Ogunquit tonight, Lindsay Littman, WMTW News 8.